Hi there, it's me, Egil Thorsson. Today I shall be going through my favourite top 5 combat weapons, and hope you enjoy it. And if you do, send us a comment in about it. Maybe you've got your own professional feelings about the favourite weapons. Maybe you're not into weapons. Anyway, let us know anyhow. Okay. Right, here we are at number 5. The Danax. Now, you see it's a very big broad head, ideal for chopping. The shaft, well, I'm 5'6" and a half, and as you can see the shaft comes nearly under my chin, so we're talking about 5 foot. I don't know what that is in continental measurement. Big hefty axe there, look, and you wield it in a figure of 8. Now, on its own it can be quite effective, but if you have a whole row of people and they're doing figure of 8s, I won't try it here because there's not much room, but it's almost like charging into a meat processor, as Duke William of Normandy found out when his cavalry came in. The huscarls, the professional warriors, raised their axes and brought it down, a considerable force. They would cut through the man and the horse, and a very surprised and upset William, because exit one knight and horse that cost a lot of money. But as we know, England came second, Normandy won. So this is a peculiar to the huscarls, professional warriors, and it's beautifully designed. Don't know if you can see the shape of it. Very narrow waist there, opening up, giving you a maximum edge for cutting, just right for chopping somebody in half, which is what they were used for. So anyway, the Danax, number 5, very popular. Maybe you have your favourite, let me know. Hi, now we come to number 4, a very versatile weapon, and I've got 2 examples here. This is more a javelin, a throwing spear, which is very useful because you can debilitate somebody or kill them without endangering yourself. So that's more hunting as well. So I'll put this one down. This particular spear, again, I would say is more for hunting. It's what they call leaf shaped, and it's for close quarters. You hold it rather like a billiard cue or pool cue and jab. Can be used for weapons. Let's try around that side. There we go. So they've got that. There are other types of spear which we will cover at a later date, but you feel pretty safe with this. You've got about 8 feet. Which, if you've got an axe or a sword, you ain't coming near me. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Thank you. This is the most common of weapons. In some cases, they didn't have steel tip. They would have a sharpened point hardened by fire. Even so, you still don't want that coming at you. So, there you go. And it could be used for, mostly used for hunting. But another way of doing it is you put it in the ground, put your foot there, and if the horses come at you, they ride smack onto it rather than you. So I'll put that down there. So that's number 4. That's the spear in Egil's hit parade. Da, 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 da. That's my tribute to the late great Alan Freeman, a well-known disc jockey to those of a certain age. We come now to number 3. Thank you, Braggy. And that is the axe. Anyway, the axe is a very useful thing. It's what I call utilitarian. Ooh, big word. And you have various types like this one. This is more a domestic axe and used for chopping. Can be used as extremis in warfare. I just put that one down here and there. This is the big boy that called the bearded axe. So called. If you look at it, I don't know if you can see well. There's the body of the man. There's his head, There's his nose and there's his good old beard. It's very useful in that you've got the maximum amount of cutting edge, and it's used to hook things. You can use it to hook people like that, or a lot of battles took place at sea. So you get a row of guys with these, they hook it onto the edge of the ship, and they actually hold the ships together so that you can beat 7 bells out of each other. But there are very, very many types. This, as I say, is more like a war axe. So I'll put that one down on the floor. I missed my foot. This one is more domestic, although it could be used, like any axe or hatchet, for warfare. So I'll put that one back. Now Braggy's handing me one here. This is a T-shaped axe, more like an adze. And this is carpentry. It's used in shipbuilding. If you look on the Bay of Tapestry, you could see they're building the ships to invade Britain. One of them's got an axe like this. And this is, as I say, used more like a wood plane is today. Smoothing off. No, I know they had planes as well that they could use later on, but this took the rough edges off and knots out. So there you go. That's quite a nice little axe. So I'll hand that back to Bragi. So that's number 3. If you notice, a lot of these, they're not just weapons, they're tools that are adapted for said weapon. Okay? Brings us to number 2. Very useful. Anything, hang on a minute, Egil, what are you trying to pull here? We're talking weapons. Well, you can't, this can be used as a weapon, i.e. thrusting in the face of your opponent. But it's also protection, yes. So, we could see this is a modern variant. This is called the shield boss, because behind it we have a bar to hold it by, bit of sheepskin, and that's so that when they hit it, it doesn't take the skin off your knuckles. Even with gloves you need a bit of sheepskin. This is rawhide around the edge like that. This is tacked in place. Modern version, of course, we're using dog chews that are soaked, unravelled and tacked on whilst wet. Very effective. The wood traditionally would be, they say, linden boards, and they're boards where the planks are glued together using a recipe of glue which I believe we've got on in one of our videos. Today, of course, we're using plywood. There's nothing wrong in that. It's to protect you, and that's what matters. So you hold it close like that, and you stand at an angle like that. You never stand like that because you'll get knocked over. So there we have it, the shield. You could paint it or leave it blank, or whatever. And I'm just going to put this down here, and you can also use it. I've seen many a reenactor use it like a seat, and whilst it's not exactly ever so comfortable, as you can see, you've got both hands free to do it. So that's number 2. Can't wait to see what number 1 is, can you? And now we come to one you've all been waiting for, the number 1 in the hit parade of Egil's weapons, and that is, of course, the sword, my personal favourite. It says more about you, it's good fun to use, and looks very effective. So here we go, and let's go through the bits very quickly. This is the pommel, a counterweight. Can also be used as a weapon. You can whack somebody under the chin or bang them on the head, but not in reenactment, please. Here we have the handle, self-explanatory. This is the crossguard or quillion. Don't know if you can see that. That obviously stops the rival's blade from sliding down. There we have the blade itself. This one doesn't seem to have a ricasso, but that's known better. The channel down the middle. Forget the stories about it's a blood channel, it holds it in the scabbard. No, what it does is lighten the weapon without losing any of the metal. This is a modern one, obviously. It's made of what's called EN45 steel. That's the best for reenactors. As it snaps, it won't shatter. So if you're ordering a sword for reenactment or even just for display, EN45. This is blunt down the edges here, but don't be fooled. This can still kill if you misuse it. So please be careful and have hours of fun. And also it looks rather good. It's kept in this, a scabbard. That keeps it safe. And once you've used it, just wipe it over with an oily cloth. Make sure you've got rid of all the sharp edges and any dents in it, because they cause injury. So anyway, number 1, the sword. Well, that's covered everything in my top 5. We'll be doing more top 5s, and I'm sure we'll have some great fun there. So be safe, make the world a nicer place, and don't forget, if you want to subscribe, press the bell in the top right hand corner, or Egil's top 5 weapons hashtag. You'll get on there. Leave us a comment, we will get back to you. I'm a bit rushed at the moment because we're doing the comments anyway. So anyway, take care. Bye.